Hello YouTube, we're making a different kind of tool. We're going to make a nut driver. Use 3/8 sockets on this nice handle here. This is one of those screwdrivers. This was the Phillips number 4. Okay, I don't know how well this will show up on camera, but we are grinding out 4 grooves, which we picked. Look around the camera. We picked here and here, okay? Then we picked the center of the flat. So that gives you 4 close being equal. Well, it's hard to see, but the only thing catching right now is the threads. We've got it on about halfway. In fact, I have to really mess with it to get it off. So all we're going to do is get rid of some of the threads out here. If it fits on this far, we don't want to take nothing off here. Back here we had some grooves that kind of went out wider to get started, which you don't have to. And that's just a bit I'm using. Kind of odd shape. Then once that goes on there, this is whatever a 3/4 inch fits on. So don't quote me what size of bolt this is. It's either 7/16 or 1/2 inch. Somebody look it up and tell me and I'll put it in the description. And then this will go on last, okay? We have to do some grinding on this because it's easier to grind than this. Or we'll try both. We have to clean that out first. This is not real cheapy. Sears Taiwan. Looks like a Y. And we wanted to use that instead of something real good. Because the only other short one we have is a nice Craftsman. We're not using that. I could show it to you. See, it's a really nice Craftsman. But this will be buffed up. This one's a little bit bigger around. Kind of optical illusion maybe because it's shorter, but this one seemed to look better against the nut. See what I mean? And this stuff's magnetized all the way up to the handle. And I hacksawed this, believe me, you better have a good blade, or just, because I didn't want to get nothing hot in here. That's what it looked like when it's shoved up against there. Plus it'll be buffed off and polished. Because this has plating, so we're going to take this to bare metal real carefully, just with abrasives only. No grinding disc. We want to slowly get some of the plating off so it can be polished. So, talk about enough, 2.5 minutes. Let's get it all done, ready to put together. We'll either use epoxy or JB weld to hold it together. Because it's only going to hold it on there. It's not going to need it for strength. Once it's on there, this is not going to turn. So, I think you know what I mean. Let's get back to work. We'll be back when we're ready to assemble everything. Okay, we're all fitted up. Ain't that a pretty nice length though, handle? You can put a wrench on there to get it loose. And I wanted a short extension because when you put a deep well, I mean, that might be too long for some things, but you know what I mean. You wouldn't want no 6-inch extension on there. Okay, I want to show you how I fitted this. What the fitment. See how that's made like that? And I had this measured with my depth part of my gauge to go just down to the bottom before it dishes in. So just to the bottom where it's squared. And I decided to grind off on this. Clean all the grooves out, even them other little grooves this way. Then we'll acetone it. We're not going to use a whole lot of epoxy because you know it's going to do that hydraulic thing and not want to go on. So we're only going to use a small amount of epoxy. This did like what I said. You might think the nut should go on here. Well, point goes to flat here, point goes, that goes to here. But it might be off a little, but so I started making them grooves out there, just for epoxy can squeeze out, is my idea. Because this is going to be taped real good, but I'm going to bring the tape back, okay, the way this is shaped. So, you'll see that when the tape's off there. This plastic is bigger than what you think looking at now. So, there you go. We're going to clean it with acetone, and we're going to... So this thing is magnetized all the way through. What a mess. First we're going to go buff all this. So everything will be buffed and clean, ready to go. So, there you go. We'll bring you back when it's all done. Not too long a video. Not too hard to do if you have a Dremel. I consider myself blessed and lucky. I got my nice little belt disc sander to do this odd thing, but you could always do it on any grinder. You see how that's shaped? Well, if you look down in one of these, they're shaped about the same. I mean, that's not perfectly squared on the bottom, just like this is curved. So I was kind of imitating that shape there. I think you know what I mean. I used to say it a lot in my beginning of YouTube. Okay, enough talk. These videos get too long. We need to have more facts, less yak. There, the new saying. Okay, we are done. You can see that's 3/4 inch. Fits on there. One of my Huskies said I bought a few years back. There you go. If I made another one, I might take that plastic off down to there real carefully, but I wasn't going to do that. You want space for your wrench anyway. And I put Pittsburgh, I hid the Sears back around there. So when you look at it. There you go. I just used 2-part epoxy, clear stuff. It'll hold it. It's not going to come apart. It's, like I said, you're not going to ever get this nut to turn on there. And you're not going to get this to turn. It's in there. It's squared. Because don't make sure to note that in the description. This is a 3/8 squared shank. Buffed and polished. So it looks nice. So there you go. We're done. This was a nice afternoon project. I'm glad you all stopped by to watch it. So thanks for watching.